ये आकाशवाणी का ईटानगर केंद्र है। श्रोताओं, आप सभी जानते हैं जैसे कि कोविड-19 महामारी चल रही है, इसके चलते हम अपने बच्चों को स्कूल नहीं भेज सकते। इसी के चलते हमारे आकाशवाणी ईटानगर के केंद्र ने से प्रसारित हो गया एक खास कार्यक्रम प्राथमिक कक्षा के लिए रेडियो पर पाठ। इस कार्यक्रम के माध्यम से आप अपने बच्चों को सुना सकते हैं इंग्लिश, अंग्रेजी, हिंदी माध्यम पे कार्यक्रम के साथ। आज सुनेंगे कक्षा 3 के अंग्रेजी भाग में। हमारे साथ है शिक्षिका श्रीमती सोमा तापादार।
Hello dear children, how are you? Myself, Soma Tapadar. Hope all of you are fine and safe at home. As you know, the present situation of our country due to COVID-19 pandemic, we are unable to meet each other, especially the school-going children. So our government has decided to launch an online classes through All India Radio from Itanagar to teach you. As you know very well, the current situation where we are unable to sit in the classroom as it is a contagious disease. So it is better to stay at home and study through All India Radio. So with all this, now we are going to start our class. So dear children, today we will learn the lesson The Magic Garden of the NCERT book of Standard 3. This lesson is about a garden, but it was not an ordinary garden because it was a magic garden. Now children, how it was a magic garden, let us see in this lesson. But before I start the explanation of the lesson, I will read out the lesson and I think you will also follow me. The Magic Garden. The magic garden was in a school playground. It was very pretty. Sunflowers and roses stood high against the wall. There were also marigolds, poppies and pansies. The sunshine fell on this garden more than on any other, and the flowers danced and sang happily. They said to one another, "We have hundreds of little gardeners." They were the children from the school. One sunny morning, the flowers were talking to the birds. "I love all the children, but I love the dear little ones most of all," said a poppy. "I like them to bring their watering cans and water my trusty roots." "Yes," said the marigolds, "the boys are good to us too. They dig the ground so well." "We love the little children," said a tiny bird. "They are kind and they bring bread for us." All the flowers said, "We must work hard to make our dresses very pretty, for the children will be here soon." The sun said, "I will help you also, for nothing pleases me better than to see the children running about in the golden sunshine." Suddenly, the children came out laughing and singing, and the flowers stopped their songs to listen to them. "Oh, look at the tall sunflower," said one child, and the sunflower lifted its head very proudly. Another child said, "I love the marigold in its golden dress." The marigold smiled happily. It was indeed a magic garden because it had fairies too. They danced and sang sweet songs which only the children could hear. After a time, the fairies came out dancing and talked with the children. Their dresses were made of flowers and their wings of sunshine. The magic garden was quiet that night. The flowers and birds were asleep and dreaming of the next day when the children could come again. Adapted from The Fairy Garden by Margaret H. Bolton. Now children, I will like to ask you few questions. Can you give me the answers? Okay. Do you like to go to the garden? Yes, I am sure that the answer will be yes, because the children always like to play in the garden. Okay children, in this lesson now I will explain about the story. So now listen carefully. We will see that how the children take care of the flowers and the birds and how they could hear the songs of the fairies. So the story begins like that. The magic garden was in a school playground. Children, where was the magic garden? Yes, it was in a school playground. It was very pretty, means it was very beautiful and lovely. Sunflowers and roses stood high against the wall. Children, in this garden, the sunflowers and roses were stand with the support of the wall. There were also marigolds, poppies and pansies. It means that there were marigolds, pansies and poppies too in the magic garden. The sunshine fell on this garden more than any other gardens, and the flowers danced and sang happily. Children, the sunshine here means the sunlight that fell on this garden was more. It means no other gardens has this type of too much sunshine. Now children, in this garden, flowers danced and also sang happily because it was a magic garden. They said to one another, "We have hundreds of little gardeners." Okay, who were the little gardeners? Yes, they were the small children from the school. Yes, they were the children like you. Now come to the next line. One sunny morning, the flowers were talking to the birds. One sunny morning means the morning that is full of sunlight, when the flowers were talking to the birds. I love all the children, but I love the dear little ones the most of all, said a poppy. Who said this line? Yes, a poppy said this line. It said that it loved all the children, but it loved the little ones most. Can you tell me why? Okay, let us see the reason. I like them to bring their watering cans and water my trusty roots. Yes, children, the children bought their watering cans and watered the flowers' trusty roots. Now, children, before proceed to the next sentence, Can you see the picture of this garden? Yes, you can see many flowers like sunflowers, roses, marigolds, poppies and pansies. Even the children are playing and also you can see how they are happy there. Now we go ahead. Yes, said the marigolds. The boys are good to us too. Okay, children, who said this line? Yes, the marigolds said this line. They dig the ground so well. They said that the boys are good. Why? Because they dig the ground so well. Children, here ground means the soil. Children, now we see the other part of the magic garden. Can you see? Two girls are watering the plants and two boys are digging the soil, and you can also see one child is feeding the bird. Now again we go ahead. We love the little children, said a tiny bird. Okay, children, who said this line? Yes, a small bird. And what it said? It said that they love the children. Why? Because they are kind and they bring bread for them. Yes, the children feed them. Children, you can see that the small children in the story watered the trusty roots of the flowers, dig the ground, and also feed the birds. All the flowers said, "We must work hard to make our dresses very pretty, for the children will be here soon." As it was the time for the coming of the children, and so the flowers said that they have to make their dresses very beautiful and lovely. The sun said, "I will help you also, for nothing pleases me better than to see the children running about in the golden sunshine." The sun also loved the children, and therefore you can see the sun said that nothing pleases to him than the children. So the sun was also ready to help the flowers and the birds. Suddenly the children came out laughing and singing, and the flowers stopped their songs to listen to them. Okay, children, who came out laughing and singing? Yes, the children came out laughing and singing, and the flowers stopped their songs. Can you tell me why? Because they wanted to listen to the children. "Oh, look at the tall sunflower," said one child. And the sunflower lifted its head very proudly. One child said to the other children to see at the sunflower, and the sunflower felt very happy, and he lifted his head very proudly. Another child said, "I love the marigold in its golden dress." The marigold smiled happily. Another child said that he loved the marigold because He liked its golden dress. The marigold listened him and smiled happily. Before proceed to the next sentence, children, see the picture of the sunflower and the boy. You can see how the sunflower smiled towards the little boy, and the boy was also happy. Okay, now let's see ahead. It was indeed a magic garden because it had fairies too. Children, as you know, it was a magic garden, so it has fairies too. Children, have you ever seen fairies in your school garden? They danced and sang sweet songs which only the children could hear. Now, children, tell me who danced and sang sweet songs? Yes, it was the fairies. The fairies danced and sang sweet songs, but the songs could only hear by the children because it was a magic garden. After a time, the fairies come out dancing and talk with the children. Yes, the fairies used to dance and talk with those small children in the magic garden. Their dresses were made of flowers and their wings of sunshine. Children, imagine how the fairies looked like. Do you have seen fairies in the movies and in the cartoon? Here in the magic garden, the fairies looked very beautiful. Their dresses were made of flowers and their wings of sunshine. The magic garden was quiet that night. Can you give me the answer why the magic garden was quiet that night? Because the flowers and the birds were asleep and dreaming of the next day when the children could come again. This lesson is taken from the fairy garden and it is written by the writer Margaret H. Belton. Children, have you liked this lesson? Now, see new words. First one, magic. Magic means having special powers. Second one, garden. Garden means a piece of ground for growing plants. Third one, gardeners. Gardeners means persons who looked after plants in a garden. Fourth one, playground. An outdoor area where children can play. Fifth, sunshine. Sunshine means direct sunlight. Next, golden. Golden means bright yellow in color. Next, dreaming. Dreaming means imagine. So children, I hope all of you understand this lesson. Okay, dear children, you are listening to All India Radio and this is the lesson that is related to the NCERT textbook of Marigold. Okay children, now let's see the next lesson, that is Nina and the baby sparrows. Okay, can you tell me the names of few birds? Yes, there are many birds like sparrows, parrots, peacocks. So there are many birds which you can see around you. Okay, can you give me the names of those birds which you have seen in television or in books? Or can you tell me the names of those birds whom you never see? Just you know the names of those birds. Yes, there are many birds which we can only know by their names. So, can you give me the answer that are you ever visit to a market? Yes, many of you, I think, once in a week visit the market. Can you tell me what are the things that you notice in the market? Yes, there are lots of shops like vegetable shops, cloth shops, shoe shops, and many other shops that are there in the market. Okay, are you ever visit any cloth shop? Yes, I think many of the children visit cloth shops with their parents. So now tell me, what are the things that you observed there? Yes, there are lots of clothes like salwar suit, frock, t-shirts, jeans, sari, etc., etc. And what are the things that you observe there? You may observe there lots of people where lots of peoples who are there and who purchase things from those shops. Now tell me one thing, are you ever cried in the market? I know that you are now grown up, so it looks quite odd that you cried in the market. But as you see in the picture of this lesson, that a small girl who is in a cloth shop and who was crying. There you may see her mother is also with her and she is talking with her. Now the question arises, why this girl is crying? What do you think? Why the girl is crying? Are you think that the girl is asking for some special cloth to her mother or something else? If you want to know the reason behind her crying, then you have to read the story. So now let us read the story, Nina and the Baby Sparrow. There was great joy in Nina's house. Nina's aunt was getting married. Nina, her father, mother and little brother were all going to Delhi for a wedding. Everyone was happy except Nina. So now in the story a name has given, Nina. So Nina is the main character of this story. Nina is a small girl just like you, and There was a great joy in Nina's house. Now children, tell me why there was a great joy in Nina's house? Yes, the answer is that Nina's aunt was getting married, and because of this, Nina's whole family was in great joy. Nina, her father, mother, and little brother were all going to Delhi for a wedding. Nina, with her father, mother, and little brother, they all were going to Delhi to attend that wedding of whom? Of her aunt. Everyone was happy except Nina. But here one thing is that in the family of Nina, everyone was happy to attend the marriage, but Nina was not happy. Now, what do you think? Why Nina was not happy to attend her aunt's wedding or to go to Delhi for wedding? You will come to know the answer later in the story. Her mother took her to the market to buy a new dress as Nina was unhappy and her mother did not want to make her daughter sad, so to make her happy, her mother took her to the market to buy a new dress for her. What color would you like? Mother asked. Now, as she took Nina to the market and to a cloth shop, when they reached, Nina's mother asked Nina that what color she like, means what color dress she want to buy for the wedding. I don't want a new dress, mother, said Nina. Nina's mother again asked her that she will buy her a new salwar kameez. But Nina shook her head. But Nina didn't want salwar kameez, and because of this she refused to buy a salwar kameez. What about those lovely white shoes you showed last week? Now, when Nina refused to buy salwar kameez, then Nina's mother again asked her about the new white shoes that Nina showed last week. But here also Nina rejected the proposal that was given by her mother, and she said that I don't want those either. Thank you, mother. Here Nina again said that she didn't want those lovely white shoes that she showed last week. Now, as Nina rejected the proposal of salwar kameez and white shoes, now Nina's mother became upset. Now she said nothing to Nina, and they quietly, without buying anything from the market, they went back home and had their lunch. Here, after the lunch, mother came and sat near Nina. As Nina's mother noticed that her daughter was upset and she didn't want anything from the market. Because of this, her mother didn't say anything to Nina in the market and she quietly took Nina home and they had their lunch. But after the lunch, mother came to Nina and she sat near Nina and asked her, "What is it, child?" She asked. It means that, "What happened to you, my child? Why did you say no to everything?" Her mother said Nina that, "Why you not want anything? Why you say no to everything? You are not like that girl whom I know. But today you are totally doing opposite. So what is the reason behind your this behavior?" "Mother, I don't want to go to the wedding." When Nina's mother asked Nina about her behavior, after lots of thinking, Nina replied, means she gave the answer to her mother that she didn't want to go to the wedding. "But why?" asked Nina. "Why you don't want to go to the wedding or go to Delhi?" Nina said nothing, but Nina said nothing to her mother. Why she didn't want to go to Delhi, she didn't reply about it. Instead, two big tears rolled down her cheeks. Mother put her arms around Nina. "Don't cry." When mother found that Nina started to crying, put her hand around Nina, means she hold Nina with her arms and she said that, "Don't cry, my child." She said, "Why don't you tell me what's bothering you?" When Nina's mother asked her about the reason, more tears rolled down Nina's cheeks. "Mother," she said, "there's a sparrow's nest on the bookshelf in my room." Now Nina started to talk with her mother, and there are two baby sparrows in the nest. Nina continued to talk and she said that, "Mother, in that particular nest of sparrow, there are two baby sparrows also." "I see," said mother. Here, when Nina said about the sparrows and their babies, the mother said that, "Yes, I see that sparrow's nest and I know about those sparrows. They are just beginning to get their feathers and growing up makes them so hungry. All day long they cry chip chip, asking for food." The mother said that as the sparrows' babies are so small and now day by day they are growing, so that makes them so much hungry. As a grown-up child, the babies needs lots of food, and because of this they are always hungry and all the day long they cry chip chip. Chip chip is the sound of the sparrow's baby, and they are asking for the food. "I see," said mother. Here, when Nina said these things, Nina's mother said that I also know about this, and if we go, the whole place will be locked. And how will Papa and Mama sparrows feed their babies? As when Nina's mother talked about the sparrow, and when she said that yes, she knew about the sparrows, then Nina put her question in front of her mother, and she said that, Mother, if we go, means if we go to Delhi to attend our aunt's wedding, then the whole place will be locked. Means when the home will be locked, then how the papa and the mama sparrow, means the father and the mother sparrow, will feed their babies? Oh, Nina, cried mother, giving her a big hug. Now Nina's mother comes to know about the reason of Nina's crying. Because of that, you don't want to go to the wedding. There is no problem. It's not a problem at all. Why? Because we will leave the window open for the papa and mama sparrow. Oh, can we, mother? Can we really? It can be possible to leave the window open for the sparrows. Yes, we will remove all your things from the room and lock the door on the outside. So the house will be perfectly safe and Papa and Mama sparrows can come and go freely. When Nina's mother gave her the solution that they will leave the window open for the sparrows, that makes the sparrows to get their food from their father and mother. Do you think how much it will be looking good that you will enjoy your aunt's wedding in Delhi, and how it will be good for the sparrows to stay here and enjoy the good food that will be given by their mama and papa, and think how good or how nice and fat they will be in their nest when they will get their food regularly without any problem. So it is better that now you become happy and you became ready for the wedding of your aunt. So you will be ready for the wedding, and the birds also become. So when Nina's mother said this, Nina was very happy and she said that it was a good idea. When Nina came back from the wedding, there were two plump little sparrows flying all over the room, and was not Nina thrilled? Here, when Nina come back from the wedding, she found that two plumpy little sparrows were flying all over the room, and she became so much happy to see those little sparrows healthy and nice. Thank you. So I think you have enjoyed both the lessons that are the magic garden and Nina and the baby sparrows. So thank you for listening us.
श्रोता, आप सुने थे प्राथमिक कक्षा के लिए रेडियो पर पाठ। यह आकाशवाणी का ईटानगर केंद्र है। अब आप सुनेंगे आकाशवाणी के दिल्ली केंद्र से प्रसारित अंग्रेजी में समाचार।